Now, I had a patient come in last week, and I hadn't seen her in about 2 years. She came in for a little bit of PRF, platelet-rich fibrin. She likes everything natural. She does her skincare, does her routine, does her LED light, but she gets a little PRF, which is when you take the blood, you spin it down and get your own exosomes and growth factors, and we put it back. And she's happy with that. Her hormones are down. She's not on hormone replacement therapy. And like I said, she's 57. Her bone loss is stable, but she looked phenomenal. And as I always do, I said, tell me something. I'm looking at I use 3D imaging in my clinic. So 3D imaging, and we can see browns and reds, and we can put the head in any position and compare how it was 2 years ago. And everything looked great. I said, what are you doing? What have you done over the last 2 years? And 18 months ago, she started 3 things. And these 3 things are fairly quick for you to do. And I thought I'd share that with you today, because little did she know, but these are things that are fairly well studied or known to have worked. These 3 habits, by the way, they only take 35 minutes once a week. That's what she was doing. I think you want to boost it up. You could certainly do this 35 minutes twice a week. Number 1, she started doing gua sha. So gua sha, that's going to take you about 5 minutes. And the more I learn about this, the more I know about it, the more I believe in it. And gua sha is an ancient Chinese practice where they use often a stone, it's smoothed edge, often has a little notch in it, and the provider puts a finger on and then uses strokes. It's often done by a professional, as I alluded to, but some people, of course, will do it on their own at home. You can do this, and you use usually upward strokes. And in China, ancient China, it was used for many things: chronic pain, it was used for well-being, for mental wellness, and of course, it's used aesthetically for the skin, which is what we're interested in. In fact, I'll be going to China to work with some of the leaders in this field to learn much more about it, and I'll share that with you. But this is one of the things she instituted. Now, the next thing she did is, of course, related to sleep. This affects all of us, but she started sleeping better. But when she didn't sleep well and she was hungry, she would drink water instead of eating. Now, why? What's this all about? Well, not many people realize when you don't sleep so well, you become more hungry and unnecessarily hungry, and there's a hormonal basis for this. Sleep is a habit you need to set yourself up for success. You see, when you get a good night's sleep, there's specifically 2 hormones that affect your hunger and your energy, and they are called leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is a peptide hormone that regulates your body's energy balance by hindering the feelings of hunger and regulating fat storage. That's the key, regulating fat storage. Many people don't realize this. Ghrelin, on the other hand, is a hormone secreted in the stomach itself, and it acts as a counterpart to leptin. It boosts your appetite, growth, and fat production. When you sleep well, you regulate the production of these 2 hormones, in particular, the balance between them. But there's more. Additionally, sleep can impact how your body reacts to the production of insulin. Of course, that's the hormone that regulates your blood sugar. We often talk about your blood sugar with regard to your face and glycation, right? I have a whole video on glycation and sugar sag, and that's how this is all connected. Now, of course, it's easier said than done, especially postmenopausally or perimenopausally, to sleep well. But I have a whole video on Limitless Energy. I'll put at the end of this video. It's well worth the watch. It's a little longer. It's, I think, almost 30 minutes. But particularly if you're a female, there's full-on hacks in that video that are going to help you get that sleep. You can see how sleep is affected not only your size and your weight, but also your sugar regulation and sugar sag of the face. But that's what helped her out. Finally, she started HIIT, high intensity interval training. Now, any form of exercise is good, and we know that when you exercise, of course, your skin responds by thickening the dermis. And there was a nice study already done, and the people were in their 60s or 70s that started exercises who were sedentary before, and they measured their skin to show that it improved the collagen and elastin in their skin. Now, for this type of training, you only really need 30-minute sessions. But because estrogen declines, so you have a hormone imbalance, we'll call it, and of course you lose bone mass, resistance exercise and HIIT, high interval intensity exercise, is really important as we get older for all of us, but particularly women. And that's what she's been doing. And that's probably a good reason why her bone mass is staying the same. And we know the facial bone, when we lose it, that's what makes us look old. When we lose fat in our face, we tend to look tired. When we are looking old, that's often people are describing bone loss, increasing size of the orbit, change in the shape of the orbit so the eyes get hollow behind them and they sag down. And of course, around the nose and the mouth, that piriform aperture, and along the jawline, and you lose the projection of the lip because of the bone loss, what we call the maxilla. You see, these bursts of exercise have been shown to boost estrogen in women and testosterone. And what happens? Why do some women, many women now who are on testosterone pellets at a young age, 35 to 45, they look younger. Their skin's better. They don't get the lines or wrinkles. Testosterone thickens the dermis of the skin. Of course, some people will get side effects of acne when it's too high, but that's what these bursts of exercise do. So there's good data on this and even LDL cholesterol now for these exercise programs and fasting, or at least compact eating times, I'll call it. There's two videos you're now going to want to watch. Number one, this one on hormone replacement therapy, and this one down here on the DEXA scan, the body scan that looks at your body fat, your visceral fat, and your bone density, because that's key to keep that stable. Stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.